The Spider-Man No Way Home leaks. This is from Reddit, actually, surprisingly. They actually posted from 4chan, but here we go. Sounds kind of possible. Peter's under one after the identity reveal in the last movie. Then MJ with him as accomplices to his crimes. That explains that Happy to arrest finds him in a homeless shelter undercover, and he brings him back to stings him and tells the railroad while he figures out a way to fix everything. And this takes them, they find out, of course, the villains here, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, Rexo, and Wizard, are all being held. The foes manage to trick Peter into thinking the universe Spider-Man is corrupted and kill them. Peter needs to free them so he can save the planets. Peter frees them and they escape to the city. Strange shows up and Peter tells Peter a new one, explains they've been holding them in prison due to instability in the multiverse connected to each dimension's Oscorp, experimenting in interdimensional travel. Says Peter has a responsibility to stop them. The foe leads the villains, of course. Strange lets them and they need more help, so of course the other Spider-Mans come to help. Living in a cruise of the series, Toby is married to MJ and they have a daughter, Andrew is a college professor. So food connects them to the home universe as the villains. Since the Spider-Man is likely on the way to use Oscorp device to go into the other universe. While browsing through, Six is Goblin, Ox, Sandman, Wizard, Electro, and Rhino. So somebody said the Sixes actually include Vulture and, of course, Mysterio. I think that was the original Sinister Six. But of course, since those guys are dead, they have to basically use the other guys. Which again is no problem because all these villains are all classic, Spider-Man villains anyways. The foe Osborn realized that the way to open two portals is just get back to their own universe. The power of the Osborn device is stockpile core. The Sinister Six fight, they fight on the statue where the Osborn plans to open portals back to their world to trap the Spider-Man there. Toby is beaten way harder than the other younger Spideys, ends up being oofed in battle. Goblin finally shows up the device and Ned. The device is activated, but he manages to stop him with a 2v1 fight him and manages with a pumpkin bod to kill Ned. Tom Spider-Man nearly kills Goblin, but Andrew stops him because he doesn't want to become a bad guy. They get locked up back in Strange's prison, and basically they turn Toby's view in the Ramityverse and seemingly part ways. Tom turns himself to successfully defend murder by Matt Murdock, but his secret identity isn't resolved. Tom shows up in Ned's grave and asks him how he feels responsible for his death. But then Andrew suits back up and says he gives him the personality talk. Tom realizes that Ned's like Uncle Bug, Tony, and Toby Peter. He would still want him to be a hero. Power singers both Tom and Andrew in the Saints of new MCU New Look. So yep, that's basically it about this video. Goodbye.